you go through stuff in this ministry, man, you're supposed to cling unto your strength. You're supposed to cling unto the Lord.
You gotta keep your integrity.
Yeah.
Saul got knocked out the horse, then came back through the spirit as Paul. He didn't quit. You know what I'm saying? The Lord wouldn't allow him to quit. And that's the thing. If you are the elect, or the hopeful elect, you see, the Lord is not going to let you fall to all this other stuff. You see, either you believe in the Lord or you don't. And what you start and what you're finding out is you had dudes that was in this thing for years, decades, that didn't believe. You know?
They had conditions. And once those conditions were broke, then the Lord owed them something.
Right. Right.
No, we owe the Lord. All right, now, go ahead.
That's like a woman. You know? A woman, she feels like she gets unhappy at some point in a relationship.
When a woman's fed up.
Yeah. She feels justified to break the covenant that she has with you.
Right. She was raised in Illinois. Right outside Chicago. That's what these niggas turn into. She's fed up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Read one again.
All right. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry,
Right.
as we have received mercy, we faint not.
We faint not, man. We grow stronger through the things we see happen. It only everything happening only confirms the scriptures to be right. So that's how you get comfort through the hell. Yeah, you don't like to be slandered. Yeah, you don't like that. That ain't the best feeling in the world. Even Yahweh Shai asked the Lord, is there another way? There came a point where Yahweh Shai knew what he was getting ready to go through. Because you got to understand, he understood what was written about him. He understood bruised for our transgressions. He understood beaten with the stripes of men. He understood that he was going to have to go through that. So there came a point where he was like, Lord, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no other way we can go about this. I know what I'm getting ready to do. The completion of his ministry was that sacrifice. Now what? What are we commanded to do? We're commanded to make our bodies a living sacrifice. Right. So we can't get to the point where it's getting ready to get dangerous. Yeah, you had those thoughts. Who wants to be lied on the news by a complete pedo?
Who wants to get their head chopped off?
Right. That's scriptural that certain of us very well can meet that fate. We're telling people don't take the Haragma, the RFID microchip. We're warning people against that. There's going to come a point where teaching these things is going to, all right, you're going to be an enemy of the state. It's going to be a lawful act to off you, kill you, cart you off because of your belief. It's all being set up. What do you think's happening over there in Israel? They're using that. There's many things going on with that. But one of the things you can see is that if you speak against these people, we can link you to a domestic tea.
Yeah.
That's where it's going. And there's no way around. Like of course you want to be like, Lord, shit. Yep. You know,
the build up to persecution is the build up to persecution, man.
It is what it is. And they're wrong. These people are wrong. We're right through the Holy Spirit. Right. We want righteousness to flourish on the earth. We want clean water, organic, true organic foods that come out of the earth. No seedless grapes. No children being played with and molested. We don't want that in the earth. Right. So to say you don't want that is going to be hateful. So you're the problem, not us.
And the scripture also says, those that stood so stiffly, get a crown.
Right.
The Lord said he's going to fight for you. Those that kept my word, I'm going to keep you in the hour of temptation. All that's in there too. Yep. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, these precepts mean everything to us.
Right.
The hell you talking about?
Right.
You know?
Right. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 13, and I'm going to just go down to verse 20. This is the parable of the sower. It says, but he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. All right, you had a lot of our people that woke up to knowing who they are, had joy about it, right? Putting it all on the Instagram, the Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Excited, right? But it says what? Yet hath he not rooted himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. Woo! And that's why it says, blessed is he who's not offended in me, man. See, a lot of people are about to be offended because of the persecution or the accusations that are coming down, man. And that's why it's a beautiful thing that we've been being prepared for that, even being a part of, all right, GMS in itself, man. All right, the scriptures talk about what? They said that they were the offscoring of the world. All right, Paul and the disciples and so on and so forth, meaning the filth and the dung, right? The shit, right? That's how people afflicted us. So we've dealt with people lying on us, all right, being looked at in this light. See, these other people been trying to save face for all this time, been trying to butter up the doctrine to not offend anybody, but what the hate is coming, man. There ain't no way to avoid that, but the Lord is thick and, hey, the Lord is thick and dark skinned to be like, yeah, man, we've been called the P word, man, right? You know, right. People, Jake been fired from their jobs, you know. Jake been in that fire dealing with it. So in these times to come, man, the Lord has prepared us for that, man, because we've been going through the straight gate.
So like,
no, go ahead. Huh?
And brothers have experienced things like that on smaller levels to prepare us for this time.
That's the spirit.
All these men here have been in particular
it.
situations to where, you know, it was like, this shit ain't right. This shit is unfair. The servant is not above his Lord, man. Yahweh Shai had, the elder just mentioned it. Yahweh Shai had to go through. He asked us it another way. In Luke 22, when he went to go pray, it said it was blood coming out of his sweat. That's hematidrosis, when your nervous system is so stressed that you start to bleed through your sweat. That's where he was going. He was like, God damn, I'm gonna be Emmett Till out here for these people. But he did it. He followed through with the mission, man.
He showed us the example in the flesh.
That's right.
In the heavenly state, he had to go through that. He had no problem. But soon he came out here in the flesh, that's when those words and doubts. So he's showing us through the flesh, you go have them, but at the same time, you gotta have faith, man.
Right.
I mean, hey, man, any person in their right mind don't want change, bro, it's crazy to me, bro.
Right.
Kill me because I won't change. Fuck you, man.
Right.
Hell no.
Gotta do.
Do this shit,
Right,
man.
because that's like somebody posted on a comment board. Read that as a matter of fact. Luke 12, just read that one. Luke 12,
I got it.
and 4.
Luke 12 and 4, and I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body, and after that have no more that they can do.
What more can they do? But just put you to death. Now, I do pray to the Lord, don't have me tortured.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a death,
Wisdom of Solomon 3.
like the beheaded, you know, hey, that's going to be quick.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
The Lord might have it to where you don't feel it, though.
Right,
You always
right,
bring
right,
up that
right.
point.
It's a
And
revelation.
even if you do feel it,
So what?
that's
After a
what
while,
I'm
it's
saying.
gonna be
You being sacrificed for the Lord. You know, so that's what I'm saying. It's like you did your best.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
you realize if you killed standing for the things of the Lord, you're one of those men.
Gotta be.
You help create the earth. And what's beautiful about the Lord making it clear who his men are, man, I already believe it. But I get to stand amongst the men that help create the earth.
Yeah, I say
You
it
know,
ain't like you one of them. Ain't like you one of them dudes that blow yourself up in the name of Allah.
Yeah.
No. You stood stiffly for the truth. You stood stiffly for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. There's a reward for that, whether you feel it or not.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you hope you don't feel it, but if you do, you know you're still being glorified at the end of the day, because you glorified the Lord with this body.
That means you're a part of the Lord's. You're a part of the Lord's inner court. You know what that means? To be a part of the Lord's inner court, man.
Right.
There's not a position higher than that a man can receive.
2 Corinthians 4. Go back there.
2 Corinthians 4:1. It says, therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not.
Now, did we get that endure to the end yet?
Matthew 24:13.
Let's get
I
that.
can get it.
Yeah, let's get that. But start at a good spot above that. Yeah, we'll go back to that.
Come.
We faint not. It ain't time to faint. It's time to walk boldly into the fire, man.
And to cleave unto the Lord.
Cleave unto the Lord, man. He showed us that he's faithful. He showed us chariots. We're looking at miracles. Each brother is a miracle. We're seeing the miracles.
Can you imagine how pumped up Esau get when he take a so-called man of the Lord and break him and change his mind completely?
Right.
Are you serious?
Right.
You really want to give him that glory?
Right.
Then, hey, it is what it is. That was your life, you know?
It's Matthew 24 and verse 9. It reads, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you.
Right.
And ye shall be...
He's talking to his disciples of the things that they would have to endure for being one of his followers. He didn't lie. He didn't sugarcoat it. Read it again.
Verse 9, Matthew 24 and 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Right. You shall be hated for all nations for my name's sake. Do you realize people who believe in what we believe in, people like even you Christians, okay? You say you believe in the Bible, there's gonna come a point where you're gonna have to pick a side. All right? You're gonna have to pick a side. Are you gonna choose the things of this world, or are you gonna stand firm for what the Lord is about? Okay? These are the types of decisions we have to prepare our minds to make. It's not the best thought, but it's a good thought. In the flesh, it's not the best.
Yeah.
In the spirit, it is. Okay? So to think about it, it's not the best thing to think about, but it's a very necessary thought to have. Because the test is going to be, do you really hate your life like Yahushua did? That act that he did when he was sacrificed, he was literally to the point where like, I'm gonna give my body this time. Yeah. All right? I'm gonna give it all up to the point you can have this. This is the sacrifice. So when we're faced with persecution, that's gonna be the mindset we have to take. This life, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord gave me was for the purpose of standing for righteousness. I'm gonna go all the way out in it.
That's supreme faith. Because in order for you to do that, you got to believe that you can be raised up again.
Right. Yep.
You know,
That's the faith of Abraham.
Yeah.
He believed that Isaac will be raised up again. And then it said, in a sense, he did receive Isaac raised up again. But that's for those who have ears to hear.
Yeah, that's it.
Go ahead.
Faith is a gift. This is Proverbs 24:10. It says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. So basically, if you get weak, when the time get hard in the day of adversity, your faith or your strength is really small, man. Because really, you ain't really truly tested until you have to go through an adverse situation.
Right.
I know old coach told me that perseverance doesn't start until a task is difficult. So we all about to reach that straight gate. We're going through the straights, that position of difficulty.
Right.
To where all of our faith is going to be tested, man.
Right.
You know?
You get the best results when working out, when you feel that pain.
Yep. No pain, no gain.
You burn, the burn, you know, that's when results, you know?
Yep. Yeah, you got to rip those muscle fibers so they can grow back stronger. You can.
And that's a prayer that I pray all the time through the Spirit, man. I pray that my zeal for this truth be increased 1,000-fold when persecution comes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to be optimal at that level.
You know what I'm saying? We can be big and bad all day as long as we can still go to Starbucks and Netflix and chill and all that other stuff. But that's what I'm saying. When everything is taken away, and it's a pistol in your face, or it's a guillotine coming down on your head, or you on a firing squad, you should still be that bold.
Bro, you don't bow to the devil, man.
You know?
Don't bow to this goddamn white man. That's the bottom line. The scripture said the elect wouldn't go bow the knee to the image of Baal. No, we know at this point there is no reason, no way that we should choose this man in his new world order.
That's right.
We already know it means nothing for us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's time to just, you know, pretty much we live our daily lives, we go to work, we take care of our families, whatever we got to do. But the main thing is the main thing, and our bodies was created for this purpose.
Right.
To prophesy and speak the downfall of Babylon the Great into existence.
That's right.
And it's happening right to a T, pursuant to how the Lord said it, not to how Christianity said it, to how the prophets broke it down. Okay, ultimately, we're seeing our enemy, all right, he's at the end. Okay, now finish that, read that again.
Matthew 24 in verse 9 again.
Right.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted,
Right.
and shall kill you.
Right.
And you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Right, they're getting ready to call us terrorists. They're getting ready to say we're against the abortion, the baby deletion. They're going to use all of these talking points against the alphabet agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's basically the image of the beast. Ultimately, the image of the beast. What's that? Huh? Oh yeah.
Already been doing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But it's going to increase.
It's advanced, yes.
Yeah, it's going to increase.
It's going to be more
Since
To the
direct.
point where we won't be able to be doing what we doing and having and
yes,
speaking.
you will, can.
It's more indirect now.
At some point, they're gonna.
It's going to be a famine of the
It's
word.
gonna be a famine of the word. At some point, they're gonna pass legislation to where if you have an opinion against the status quo, you're gonna be
collective.
locked up.
Yeah.
We just read it. Let's read it again.
Right.
This
It's
Matthew,
going to be treason, pretty much.
This is prophecy.
Same when the Catholics
Hold on, let the word come out. This Matthew 24:9. It says,
When they
then
prophesy-
shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. This is what's preaching what we preach.
Right.
and shall kill you. There's going to be people that are put to death behind this stance.
Right.
When the elder said it's going to amplify to the point to where this is going to be under the threat of death.
Yep.
That's what the scriptures say. So we're preparing our people for that amplification. Because yeah, they have been demonizing us, oh, these guys are this and that. But it's getting ready to be at a whole new level. Further down in this chapter, in the 21st verse, it tells you this. Let me just read it real quick. Matthew 24:21, it tells you, for then shall be a great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time.
Right.
So there's no reference that anybody can say, oh, it's going to be like this, that's going to match up what we're about to witness. We're about to witness an evil far beyond anything anybody can
Right,
see.
somebody telling you can't eat, you can't buy, you can't sell unless you subscribe to my doctrine.
My way.
Hellenization, a digital way. You got to take a microchip in order to live on my earth. That's what he's telling you. We ain't witnessed that yet.
You see how Pride's taken months? Pride?
Mm-hmm.
Pride months? It used to be Pride
Yeah,
Day. Pride
now it's months.
Follow me on this, if you will.
I'm listening.
Next we'll have Pride Year.
Oh yeah.
After that, then we'll have Pride of Life.
Right.
What happened to the Pride of Life?
Destruction.
Okay.
Because of destruction. That's
So that's what happened.
Right.
That's what this was going to happen.
Right, that's what's going to happen. There's no way around
Father,
it.
he said, go ahead and do what you do.
Right.
I got mine back.
Right.
So if they say that they saved and they not saved from the wrath,
Right.
Many miseries coming
Right,
to those
right.
that walk
And
the right
overall,
track.
yeah, all of these things are coming.
Amen.
But the elect of Yahweh Bashim are going to be straight.
yeah.
The Lord is going to
Close
cover
gap.
the elect.
Right.
But
Close
you're
gap.
going to have to be in the fire and still have faith. That's what we're going to have to endure until we got to finish that. Oh, hold on. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
Furnace of affliction. How they talk about how you know gold is purified when you see your reflection. And how do you know when to pull it out of the fire?
Yeah.
When you see your reflection. Well, that's what's happening to us. The Lord is purifying his sons, and ultimately once we're created in his image to the point where he's going to get us out of the fire.
Yeah.
Hey, you read about the prayer of Azariah. You know what I'm saying? When you read about that account in Daniel, they put 3 men in the furnace, and they went in praising the Lord.
Yeah.
Yahweh was in there with them. They was like, who's the fourth person? We only put 3 dudes in there.
Yeah.
You see? And when they went in there, when they embraced the heat, you see, the Lord showed up.
Yeah.
They didn't even smell like smoke. They wasn't singed. They wasn't burnt. They wasn't nothing. You know?
And that people are gonna see as this hell pops off and this place goes to complete shit. People are gonna be like, hey, how are these men navigating this time unless the Lord is with them?
Right.
That's what people are gonna start to really believe. Because they're gonna be like, yo, there's no way they're moving how they're moving, and the Lord ain't with them.
And then spiritual power is coming.
That too.
See, we believe on that level. We know who we are.
Yeah.
All right, we know we're not just a bunch of just ragtag black men. We're Israelite. We're the princess of the power. The power is the supreme creator through his only God. We getting ready to get power.
Yeah. Right. We can send it.
The Lord ain't getting ready to just leave us out here to just rot away. No.
When you look up the word miracles in the scriptures, it goes into how the Lord uses men, and he proves that he's dealing with them through miracles, pretty much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you're able to tell.
Right. It's coming. And this is a miracle. Already, people looking for them. The fact that we have the mindset we have amongst all of this filth and all of this darkness, we are on the right path of life. That's like, wow.
Now, you know it's a miracle they're trying to feed us the bush in the hood. We still here.
Right. They fed us crack cocaine, drugs,
Yeah, these
Christianity.
niggas won't die.
They gave us all kind of pollution, and we're still here.
They hit us with everything.
We weren't supposed to be here.
Yep.
Those drugs and all of that stuff that they put in our food in our neighborhoods, it was supposed to destroy seed lines. But somehow we're still here. We don't die, we multiply.
Amen.
Matthew 24:10. It says, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another.
Right, these are the times we're coming into. Because again, the elites are sucking all of the resources up to themselves. You've seen that in 2020 when they brought about this demic. All right, this pandemic, let's call it what it is. Damn. This is what it was, bro. When they brought that about, what you've seen was a wealth grab.
Yep.
Pretty much, the rich got richer, the middle class is pretty much wiped out, and when it's all said and done, they're going to use the resources of the earth as a weapon to get you to bow to their agenda. So you're going to have to believe in miracles. When they're telling you, this is the only way you can buy and sell, this is the only way you can eat, you're going to have to know the Lord can give me food, man. I'm going to be all right. Because the goal is not to bow the knee, not to ever say this is okay, not to ever be okay with this way of life. No, man. I'll die on that. You gotta have that in your mind. I will die on this belief. I will never bow my knee to this man's image. Point blank, period. Keep going.
Continuing on, Matthew 24.
So people are going to betray one another because there's going to be a shortage of goods. Then people's morals are going to be able to show what they truly believe in their faith is going to show. And most people aren't rooted in anything. So at the sign of the lack of food, what are they going to start breaking in each other's houses, stealing one another, killing their own mothers, the families breaking up, which is already like that.
And what the Lord wants to see when he returns is faith. What in Luke 18 it says, shall he find faith on the earth?
Right.
So he's going to put us all in positions to where we solely have to depend on him.
Right.
To where you have to be like, look, the Lord got me. I'm going to get through this by the strength of the Lord, not by my own means in any fashion.
Right.
That's what he wants to see. He wants to see those with faith.
Right.
Back to Matthew 24:10, it says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another, just like the elder said. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many.
Right. Your false prophets. They're going to basically use the preacher, just like Margaret Sanger, the one who started
Planned
Parenthood. Who did she use? Because that was taboo in so-called black people's culture.
Yeah.
To abort a baby.
Yeah.
It
was a shame.
It was a shame. So who did she use to get that doctrine to be okay? What did she say in her letters when you read her writings? The best way to get inside the Negro mind is through spiritual means.
Yeah.
So all of the preachers, and these mega pastors, these corporate 501c3 revolutionaries, they force feed down your throat. They don't mean you no well. They're all bought and paid for to really get you to go into the devil's platform. Vote, all right, cry for Trump, cry for Biden. Or even if they're telling you that to stay away from that, on some way they're leading you astray.
Yeah.
This place is going to be destroyed. If your leader ain't telling you that, he's setting you up for failure.
Yeah.
That ditch gonna be full.
Yeah. In Jeremiah 28:8, it tells you that all the prophets being before me prophesied against kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. We're advocates for the kingdom of heaven. 1. 2, you gotta ask yourself, why are these leaders put up in front of my face on Esau's platform time and time again? 3, you got a recent example with what they put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, all them niggas, they put them up when they wanted you to take the hokey pokey. All them niggas jumped up in front of your face and said, yeah, you gotta do it for your family. Again, like Zaphon said, they don't mean you well. The true leaders that you should listen to are those who are speaking according to God's word.
And that's the narrative that the Esau Edom has always done, man. Even when you read in the book of Maccabees, Judas Maccabees' father, he was a man that was high status, man. Then it's like, look, if we can get him to conform, then we can get everybody else, man. So that's what he does. He tries to use our people that have influence, to get everybody else to fold, man. He tried the same thing with what was his name? Was it Eleazar in 2 Maccabees, the 6th chapter? All right. He was a man that had high status, and what he tried to get him to fold, he was like, look, you can even fake it. All right, fake act like you're eating something that's eating something that's lawful, so you ain't going off, But he was like, nah, man.
And you notice they put all of your so-called leaders in dresses. Your mighty men.
Right.
Put them in dresses. Through. They buck break our men. They have a bloodthirst to do that. Yeah. It's like they crave to see one of us fold. They'll even give you millions of dollars to do it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I got the example you mentioned. This is 1 Maccabees 2:15 in the GNT. It says the king's officials, this is the Hellenization. If you need this history to understand the fullness of the Bible. 1 Maccabees 2:15, it says the king's officials who were forcing the people to turn from God came to the town of Modin to force the people there to offer pagan sacrifices. Many of the Israelites came to meet them, including Mattathias and his sons, right, the father of Judas Maccabeus. The king's officials said to Mattathias, "You are a respected leader in this town," like the brother said. They always take the people who are great in our people's eyes, right? It says, the king's official said to Mattathias, "You are a respected leader in this town, and you have the support of your sons and relatives. Why not be the first one to do what the king has commanded, which was to offer those pagan sacrifices?" So the elder mentioned, they always want to see one of us fall. They get off on that, which is why, Kyrie, they wanted that nigga to apologize bad. They wanted to break him,
It's
man.
like, what was so... They stopped the whole world to watch him.
Everybody stopped
The
to
whole
watch
world
that
looked at
nigga.
this nigga. He better apologize.
Man, we gonna wait. We just
Like,
gonna
why?
wait.
Because he shared a documentary on Facebook.
They didn't go after the dude who made it.
He ain't make no
They didn't go
comment
after
about
the dude
it.
who made the shit.
Yo, he didn't make no comment about it. He just shared it.
He just shared the link.
Because
That's
they've
it.
been so used to controlling us.
Shaq shared it. He let it play in his movie theater.
Nobody said
So the
but-
nigga shared it.
But that nigga, they know he
He put on the dress though already.
Yeah, he already did the shit.
They juiced in.
He already bought
All
the
them
bed.
niggas juiced in, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You see?
Verse 18. Why not be the first one here to do what the king has commanded? All the Gentiles, the people of Judea, and all the people left in Jerusalem have already done so. If you do, you and your sons will be honored.
Right. If you sell out,
Yeah.
if you bow the knee, somebody get that in Romans 11. Go ahead.
You and your sons will be honored with the title of friends of the king.
Right.
Friend of the world, that's enmity with God. And you will be rewarded with silver and gold
Right.
and many
You'll
gifts.
have commercials. People put you in movies. Right. Like remember O.J. Simpson was running in the airport. He jumped over the,
Even they was hyping Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, up here recently, and now I remember that old footage when he was in the house. He had put on the dress, but I forgot about that. But that resurfaced right in the nick of time. You know, when he put on that wig and the dress. You know, he was dressed as Madonna in that episode in the house with LL Cool J. You know,
Well, there's one more verse. This is the attitude that we're supposed to be in, though. We're giving these examples for a reason. First Maccabees 2:19. It says, Mattathias answered in a loud voice, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. I don't care if every Gentile in this empire has obeyed the king and yielded to the command to abandon the religion of his ancestors. My children, my relatives, and I will continue to keep the covenant that God made with our ancestors. He said that in great boldness. And it's almost like he was quoting what was said in Joshua. In Joshua, let me read it. Joshua 24:15, he says this, and if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve. And that's the theme today, man. You got to make a decision. Choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, man. That's the spirit you gotta be in. Because hey, it's everything's out there.
Yeah.
Everything is out there, man. There's no way you can finagle your way and be on Esau's good side. The jakes that's on Esau's side anyway, he gonna get rid of their asses too. There's only one way to be delivered out of this place, man.
I got one for you, bro.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 30:19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death.
The ultimatum. The Lord always gave us an ultimatum of life and death. When you read Deuteronomy 28, that's what that is.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Yeah, man. But these people choosing the pathway of life is so uncomfortable to them. They'll rather just, let me sin in peace. And they'll rather take that route of death, man.
Which is the world.
Which is the world.
If you're not of the Bible, you
leading to destruction. Like
exactly.
Joshua said.
Yep.
You mean Matthew the 7th chapter, you know?
They're overdosing on wickedness. When somebody getting high, they feel the best they ever felt.
Oh yeah.
They got that good.
Yeah. But they overdose, man. They get to a point to where their body can't take it anymore, and their heart start to overdrive, and they die, man. That's where you headed. You gotta be sober in this thing, man. This place is meant to pull you from the Lord, which is your hedge of protection.
Right.
That was it. Oh, what was I reading?
He's in Maccabees, but now he's in Matthew 24, right?
Matthew 24.
Let's finish Matthew 24.
Well, hey, that's the world.
It do
That's
really
death.
feel like we're alone, like we're about to read here, man. Sometimes
Yeah.
we feel like, man, and we the only saved people on this damn planet. You know, everybody's a damn bug out, man. All right? This is Romans 11:3. It says, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. Okay? It says,
That's how Elijah felt. He
Right.
felt like he was all alone. The beautiful thing is we have each other. We see him, you know. He felt like, damn. He wasn't alone. But he felt like that. He was catching so much hell.
Right.
Go ahead.
it says, but Romans 11:4, but what said the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Right, to the image of Baal. Baal is ultimately Satan, which is what? Rebellion. What does Satan means? Adversary. What is it? What is he adverse to? The spirit of Satan. All right, is ultimately rebellion against righteousness, man. Anti-Messiah, anti-righteousness, man. And all of these people, the majority of these people here on the earth, have that mindset. Even those who got this Bible in their hand, talking about they love sweet Jesus, those are some of the worst people you can run into. They hate righteousness. When you try to talk about righteousness and the Lord returning, they don't want nothing to do with that because they want this world. Try to talk to a Christian about the return of the Lord.
They don't want them
This
prophecies.
world got to be destroyed. Oh, you're talking all that hate stuff. Oh, that's crazy.
There you go. There you go.
This is the same God who flooded the whole earth. This is the same God who burned Sodom and Gomorrah to a crisp.
That's the insult.
5 cities, which those very cities are back here today in the spirit.
Yeah.
Just like we're back in Rome all over again.
Back in Sodom too.
Everything.
See?
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, in that 7,000, it means a complete number of men, meaning the 144,000, right?
Right, that's right. The prophets, man.
The prophets.
And they're going to have a message teaching the people this very mindset. Read that again.
Yep. Romans 11:4, it says, but what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Right, so you good. Elijah, you good.
Yep.
They'll never be able to kill all of the men of the Lord. Are you?
Got some sleeper cells tucked away. We
Right.
good. You good.
You say that you saved then.
Right, because you got to think, there's prophets that we don't even see.
Right.
Right now,
Lord has it tucked
we
away.
don't have a YouTube page.
Right.
We're just out somewhere preaching. People listening to him.
Right doctrine. Yep.
You gotta think, bro. There's all of the South Americas. I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there going into the Word,
Oh yeah.
telling those people, hey, this is what's going on there.
All
Look,
throughout the
you see-
four corners. Yeah.
Right. The Lord didn't want us to see 140. He wanted this thing to be based on faith.
Wait, that's right.
But then you got to think some of the 144,000 are going to be in the heavens. When Yahweh shall return, they're going to be raised up first.
We have a chariot waiting on us.
Yeah. See, the goal is to gather together all that is in heaven and in earth back to one. That's the resurrection when the elect are resurrected back to their initial position. All right, which is the creators of the earth under the Creator, man.
That's why he separated.
Right. We had to be separated. We had to go through this because this world ain't for us. We had to witness our own creation misused. It had to be a falling away. We had to see the results of iniquity, sin. The Lord is not a false balance. If we just knew good forever and ever and ever, we would. You had to see evil to appreciate good.
Scattering us amongst the heathen was a perfect way to do it. You know what I'm saying? We done seen wickedness on all levels. You know, scattering us amongst the heathen, having us. That's what I'm saying. The speckled bird and the way that we look and all these different nations and all these different captivities. It's impossible to just count up every single Israelite, especially the prophets. You know, the Lord gave Esau the tallest task ever: conquer my people. conquer my people if you think you can, right? And trick bag is unmatched. This is the biggest trick bag ever. for this dude to think that he's going to be able to upset the prophecies and destroy the Lord's people?
Right.
It ain't going to happen.
And also for us to be proper judges, we had to witness and experience of all the dynamic of how these people operate.
All the different nations,
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
different nations and all their gods. We done seen it all.
Yeah.
None of it works.
Yeah.
Right.
None of it works.
Yep. This last verse, this is in Romans 11:5. It says, even so then, at this present time also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
See, even at this present time, there's a remnant according to the election of grace, meaning the Lord has already preordained them to get the victory. You just got to believe, and you got to go through the necessary things that are written, just like the Yahushua understood. Damn, I got to go through this sacrifice. The elect understand, damn, I got to go through this sacrifice. This is my duty. This is why I was born. What did the Lord tell Jeremiah? Get that? Jeremiah 1:5, real quick. This is what you gotta. This is how you gotta look at things. Being predestined. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Before I formed you in the belly, I knew thee. Meaning, because when your dad and your mom conceived, all right, when the seed hit the egg, a spirit. They talk about how there's a spark when that connection happens to where all right, because the egg is hypergamous. The egg is waiting on the best, you know, for her, for whatever, you know, it ain't gonna open up, but to a particular seed. Yeah. Right? It's by nature that female are hypergamous. Yeah. What does hypergamous mean? You want the best quality. Yeah. And they run from that. That's only natural. Why would you run from that?
Yeah. It's a survival instinct.
It's a survival, yes. So once that seed hits that egg, a spark, that's a spirit being tied to that. So ultimately, that's your assignment.
It's like when the shooting star hits the atmosphere. It's like when the star hits the atmosphere, or when something comes in orbit.
Yep, go ahead.
It says, Jeremiah 1 and 5, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee.
Sanctified thee, meaning you cleansed.
Anointed.
Sanctified. When you get second Ezra, the second chapter, in like the 15th verse, whose counsel I've sanctified.
Second Ezra.
Second chapter, around 14, 15.
It's verse 18. I got it.
Go ahead.
This is 2 Ezra 2 and 18.
Started at the spot before that.
God. It says, I'll start at verse 17. Yep. Fear not, thou mother of the children, for I have chosen thee, said the Lord. For thy help will I send my servants Isaiah and Jeremiah.
Right, which had ultimately, they had already prophesied by the time he came on the scene. So this is symbolic of the prophets. He said, for thy help, I will send my servants Isaiah and Jeremiah. Go ahead.
After whose counsel I have sanctified and prepared for thee 12 trees laden with diverse fruits.
See, this gospel, this doctrine is going to lead to the kingdom. The Lord has given that to men who look just like us and our brothers, the northern kingdom. So ultimately, the Lord, as we were going to get in 2 Corinthians 4, gave us this treasure in these earthen vessels. He sanctified their counsel, meaning what they say is pure. No matter how defiled we are in the flesh, what we say is ordained of Yahweh Shemashah. We don't say that in pride because we can bug out and fall off. The Lord, we're just vessels. The Lord can do away with these things. He don't need us.
Yep.
But the bottom line is the truth is being spoken. So before we were formed in the womb, before the elect were formed in the womb, the Lord already knew. He already set them up. He chose that spirit before this earth was created for the purpose of prophesying. Being given a word and being a ride or die body with Yahweh Shai, man.
In each captivity, in each generation,
there you go.
in each eon.
It says back in Jeremiah 1 and 5, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. God, hey, that's it, man. And the Lord said that pretty much with Isaiah, all right? He said that, hey, even Paul said that, man. The Lord separated me from my mother's bowels to be to preach among the heathen, speaking of the Israelite foreigners, you know? So what, man? These are things that the Lord has already preordained this, man. But that's it.
Just backing up. being preordained.
So if it's already ordained to get the victory,
Right.
nothing can stop it.
Yeah. I always like using that example with us in 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter. All right. What Ezra saw, man, he saw those men getting crowned.
Right.
John saw those men. You know. So it don't matter what those men are going through right now, all the way up into the kingdom. They're gonna get to that point. There ain't no stopping that, man. All right. So hey, and walking in that confidence and knowing like, hey, man, hey, Wadi Bashim Yahushai, he's put the spirit in us to do this work. All right, and continue to move in that, man. Hey, even he told Timothy that. He said, pretty much encourage yourself with these prophecies that went on before thee, man. As a matter of fact, I'll grab that real quick, so if I may. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 1 and verse 18. It says, this charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare. Woo! Right, and I'm gonna read this in the NLT.
Yep. Because those niggas was coming up amongst the church and talking those lies. So he's preparing them. Look, you're gonna be this is a war.
Yeah.
You know, we're in a spiritual war.
This is 1 Timothy 1 and 18 in the NLT. It says, Timothy, my son, here are my instructions for you based on the prophetic words spoken about you earlier. May they help you fight well in the Lord's battles. So we got to know that these different words, man, these prophecies, they're speaking of us. All right, it's speaking about us, man. We're fulfilling prophecy, right? So that should strengthen us, man, that look, if we're walking in the spirit doing these things, man, the rest of those things are going to be fulfilled in us as well, man. The salvation to come. All right, even in the book of 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, he said, you have not been appointed unto wrath, but to obtain salvation. And when you read that chapter, he was speaking to what, man? The children of the light. So if we keep the light through the end, through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we got to be those men. All right, we got to receive that salvation, man, according to what's written, you know? Not according to anything in our flesh, but it's what? Preordained, man.
2nd Ezra 16 and 40. Oh, my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Indeed, we're in those evils. So being a pilgrim, meaning you can't be too tied to the things here. Ultimately, you got to look at this as this is, you know, America was just a stepping stone to get us to the next phase.
It's an experiment.
Right? We go from glory to glory. We ain't gonna be doing this forever. You think we're gonna be on YouTube loading videos and preaching out on the street forever? No, there's gonna come a point where we go to another glory. So the order is in this great war we're in. Be as pilgrims. You don't go to war to be a civilian. The scriptures say, "Be not entangled." Get that?
Timothy.
2 Timothy.
Yeah. Hey, because right now with us through the Spirit, we soldiers of the Lord, right? Lord willing. So the Lord has given us what a soldier needs: food, clothes, a roof over your head.
Right.
You got to be in a soldier mindset. You can't be in no fucking father mindset, man. We here for soldiers, man.
Right.
So the Lord gave us, like now, like in Esau's army, you live in barracks. So your apartment in your home, that's your barrack. He giving you what you need to keep soldiering on, man.
We're prisoners of war too, man.
Yeah. So with that, don't cast away your confidence, man. You got it.
Now I was just gonna add, because that's what the military does, man. All right.
Yeah.
They try and take care of everything carnally so that you can focus on doing what you need for them, so that you can focus on the mission, so you can focus while you're at war. Look, I'm giving you all this money. You ain't got to worry about your family. Giving you all these provisions, food, all that's going to be taken care of, so that you can work for us. You can focus on what you need to do for us.
Right.
It's the same thing in the spirit, just trusting the Lord. Yeah. Look, I'm gonna take care of everything else. You focus on me, I'll handle everything else, and having that faith that the Lord will take care of all those other things, man.
We good. We good. And when we're not good, we got the brotherhood. We got a body. And sometimes the Lord, you just gotta fight through things. Sometimes you just gonna go through things, you gotta soldier it up. That's right. Sometimes ultimately the Lord will have you straight. All right?
This is 2 Timothy 2 and 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach.
Right. Endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. Go ahead.
Yeah, meaning so bitch up when things get tough, man. When conditions you got set in your own mind and spirit don't play out the way you expect it to, man. Right. You know?
Right. And that's where a lot of our people, because we've been detached from Babylon, detached us from the spirit. This America took away the spirituality of Jacob. it made you carnal, because you got to think, the whole MO of Esau, that's embedded in the earth. What he did, when he gave away the birthright for meat, for lentils, that is a mindset. People were willing to sell their souls just for instant gratification, just to live in the moment. And the people make lifelong decisions. They do things that affect their lives forever and their children's lives just because it's in the moment. They don't think legacy minded at all. That's the type of situation we're living in. See, when you're in a spirit, when you're a spiritual person, the decision you make is gonna cover your ass down the line.
Right.
And your children's down the line.
Yep. Including not being impulsive.
Right. That's why you have fast food. Food shouldn't be given fast. Food should take time.
You should.
You don't digest fast.
His birthright because he didn't want to wait for the food.
He didn't want to wait.
He
that's
wanted
why
instant gratification.
in Rome, in the Roman Empire, fast food was popular.
Right.
That's when it became popular. Go ahead.
This is back in 2 Timothy 2:4. It says, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier."
Oh.
So you can't be entangled with the affairs of this life, man. Even on that movie Dead President, he was trying to show him pictures of it, like the little girl he had. He's like, man, I don't want to know nothing that's going on in the world, because I'm going to be dead out here on this battlefield, man. So no man that worried, you can't be entangled with the cares of this world. I'm worried about my wife, I'm worried about my family. Now, brothers who got situations, you do to the best you can, but ultimately, we got to keep the priority, okay?
The scripture says, give attendance to reading, exhortation, and doctrine. It says, attend upon my words. You look up that word attend in the Edamon online, it says to give serious mental attention, man. All right, so our serious mental attention, our focus should be on this ministry, on this word, man. Hey, even when the Maccabees, they were fighting in the book of 2 Maccabees, the 15th chapter, it said the care that they had for their wives, for their children, and so on and so forth was the least account. The principal fear was what? For the temple. So yeah, they had families and so on and so forth, but their mom was like, look, man, we fighting for the temple right now, man. Of course, they still had a certain care for those things, but that didn't overtake the care that they had for the temple at that time. So it's the same thing right now, man. You got a certain amount of care for the things of your family and so on and so forth, but that can't overrule the care that we have for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in this ministry, man.
Right. If you cared about your family anyway, you're going to serve the Lord and have faith that all of those things going to be provided. He's going to make provision for his elect, you know?
Did we get that enduring to the end?
I don't think we did.
Read down on that? I got you.
Let me just finish this real quick. It says, 2 Timothy 2:5, it says, and if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned except he strive lawfully.
So we still got to strive lawfully. We still got to play by the rules.
Yep.
While we're saying everybody do all this wickedness, like we're in a spiritual fight.
Right.
We keeping the jab out there, slipping, beating the enemy, and he starts low blowing.
You know what I'm saying?
But you still got to fight lawfully.
Fight, man. They want to put stuff in your water in between rounds. I got that in the NLT clip. This is 2 Timothy 2 and 4 in the NLT. It says soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life.
There you go. Civilians. When you're brought to Iraq or Iran or somewhere to be on tour and fight in a war, you're not there as a civilian.
Yeah, you FaceTiming your girl like you in the middle. Oh, there's bullets flying. No,
right.
That's
why in the law, if you were newly married, you couldn't go to war because you would be worried about your woman. So the law gave provision for a man, to have his time with his woman. David talked about when he went to the temple to get that bread. He said basically the only way you can eat this bread is if you or your man ain't there with women. And David was like, man, you think I'm gonna approach the temple? If we'd have been in, anyway, we at war.
Right.
I wouldn't have my men wouldn't have been with women, boxers. They take weeks off.
They take shit. They'll be weeks.
Building up to a fight.
Yep.
Because it's a certain softness, being around women too long to kind of get you
brings
soft.
vulnerabilities. It
Right.
does.
Right. Shit.
You do lose your edge, yeah.
So the law, a man who's newlywed like that, he'd be like, nah, you don't go to war yet. Because we know where your mind gonna be.
Wait till you get tired of it.
You get tired of
You're in that honeymoon phase.
You know what? I'd rather go to war.
Once that novelty wear off, then you ready. Then.
Rooftop.
Right. It's all spiritual, man. So we're in this spiritual war. The scriptures tell us, man, we got to be as though we had not lives. Now we do what we got to do. Don't get it twisted. You know, so the Lord got the spirit on certain brothers. They like calling the outside. They don't deal with it. But everybody don't have that gift. So some brothers, you know, need a little touch of, you know. Then you have a child, and you know. So you gonna have to deal. You a man. You gonna have to do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
That's more on your plate. You still got to deal with it.
Right. But you were warned.
Yeah.
So ultimately you gotta do, but you still gotta keep the main thing the main thing.
That's it. That's all.
Because at the end of the day, this sacrifice is gonna have our families for generations on down the line good.
Yeah. It's
See?
gonna be forever at this point.
Forever.
Yeah. Corruption is
Ever,
past.
ever. The
Immortality.
sacrifice, and the sacrifice of the elect is the welfare of the world. But it starts with the elect, all right? Ultimately, this sacrifice, what we're doing, is going to lead to the kingdom of heaven, all right, being spoken into existence on earth, man. And that's what we want. A righteous, sovereign government.
That's what I'm saying. We want it because it was promised to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like we just made this up.
Right.
No. The Lord said, my sons are going to want what I want.
Right.
You know?
Right.
He said, soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life, for then they cannot please the officer who enlisted them. And athletes cannot win the prize unless they follow the rules. So we, like the other saying, we still got to strive lawfully. You know what I'm saying? So what you put that jab out in the nigga kicks you in your leg? Shit, you back up and don't get kicked in the leg again. But you keep that jab out there. You know what I'm saying? We in the constant state of adjustments.
Back in that Matthew. This is Matthew 24. I'll read verse 11 again. Verse 10. It says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
Right. It's going to start being people blaming us for their life being ruined. Y'all didn't have no picture graph for me.
Matthew 24.
I followed you, nigga. I lost my job.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? Watch. It's going to be all of that type of stuff.
Man, y'all gonna get all the shot.
Hey, but then check it also. That's why the Lord said detach from this world, even your family. Because Esau go put pressure on your family and turn your ass in, man. It's in Luke. The Luke speak about that. Right. This ain't no game, man.
That's why you got to keep your circle small, man.
You gotta keep that
Don't open up to every damn body. You go around people at the job talking your whole mind. No, you got to be like a serpent in this world, in righteousness, man. You got to know when to strike. Serpent ain't just gonna run up on something that no can stumble at, and he just a serpent strikes.
Oh, I see.
It's very wise. It's cunning in how it does it. The serpents ain't just walking around hissing at my because I ain't got no arms. So it got to be wise. You know what I'm saying? It's very wise, and the serpents are very wise in how they strike.
I was saying, even when you think about the bigger animals like bears and all that, a bear will stalk you. Be quiet until it's time for him to get up on you. You know what I'm saying? He ain't finna mess his food up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm a bear. No. He finna track your ass for however long he need to track you until you get caught slipping.
And if you find a bear that's by like rivers, they ain't gonna really bother you because they got a food source.
You know what I'm saying?
And if a bear got food, he ain't gonna fuck with no human. Now don't go test the shit out.
Right.
Don't test that theory.
No, for real. If you buy a black bear, I'll say a black bear. If you buy a black bear, if you see a black bear and they got food, they don't want, now a polar bear will beat your ass. That's the most violent bear. He just go see you and be like, I want to try that out.
Man, wonder what this nigga.
But a black bear, as long as it's by food, they got, there's no way to get a fish. It ain't gonna attack you. It'll even eat your food in front of you and walk off. Their primary thing ain't to eat no human being.
Right.
Anyway, that was just a little, National Geo.
Yeah.
I ain't testing that theory yet.
This is back in Matthew chapter
Hey, but
24.
it's gonna come to pass that the Lord is gonna have the animals good.
It's gonna be in league with us.
So we gotta prepare now. Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and verse 11 now. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Man, that's happening already. It's only gonna get worse because people are gonna start looking for flesh-based solutions. They ain't gonna want to hear the spiritual matter. They ain't gonna want to hear the prophecy, so they're gonna lean towards those itching ears. You know?
Faith ain't gonna be enough. All right, telling Jake you gotta believe, trust in the Lord. That ain't gonna be enough. And we had a guy that came out to the camp. He was like, man, all right, so what we gonna do? All right, what are y'all doing? What we should get bunkers, this and that, and the third, and next one. He's thinking about all these carnal solutions. It's like, look, we're gonna have faith. And then it's like, yeah, I hear you, but what we gonna do carnally?
Right.
It's like that ain't enough for Jake, man. That's why it's a beautiful thing to have to give you faith, man. You know?
And this place is it's been so safe and secure. Ain't no bunkers here. In Russia and certain places in the East, they got bunkers for civilians. Ain't no bunkers in America. If a missile was heading here right now, what are you gonna do? But so the best thing is faith. You know? Go ahead.
It says, verse 12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
What is iniquity? Sin upon sin. And when you live in an environment where sin is just legalized and people are doing as they will, okay, that leads to the love of many waxing cold. Okay, which the love of many waxing cold, that word is psycho.
Yeah, I was trying to pull it. I can't
That
see
word
it.
cold is psycho.
Yep.
So you were living amongst a bunch of psychos. Because sin and iniquity has been allowed without being checked, it has led to a society full of people that really don't know how to love. They don't know how to live. Now they're telling you we're going to live forever. And do what?
Man.
Sin forever? It don't work like that.
Like you say it all the time, eternal life ain't gonna come from wickedness, man.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You can't teach death and live forever. That don't even make no sense.
It don't make sense. Right. So because iniquity shall abound, you got that word love?
Yeah, psycho. Without love? Yeah, I had
Okay,
cold.
I thought you was gonna bring it out. Or cold.
Yeah, I said you can't have light and dark in the room at the same time. You gotta hit the switch. You know what I'm saying? It's either light in there or it's dark in there. You know what I'm saying? Light and dark can't dwell in the same place.
Right. Yep, psycho. Metaphorically, well, shit, you read it.
You in the spirit, brother. It's just psycho. That's all we ain't. You know, psycho, to breathe, blow. Yeah, that's all.
Metaphorically.
Of waning love.
Waning of love. And what is love? The keeping of the commandment, man.
That's what I'm saying. You got these so-called Christians, man. That's all they talk about is love, 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 love. But all their actions is hate, 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 hate.
Right, they're justifying what Israel's doing.
Yeah.
Those are Christians are doing that.
Right, switched up quick.
They're gonna be
Switched
the
up
first
quick.
one.
What happened to turning the other cheek and loving your neighbor and letting we supposed to let bygones be bygones. Niggas stop complaining, shut up, let it go. But as soon as somebody does something to those rats, instant retaliation, kill them all. Kill the hostages too. We don't give a damn. I thought it was hostages over there. Why are you bombing?
Blowing up children's schools.
Yeah, school. Wait a minute. That's collateral damage. You're not supposed to shoot, blow up a hospital. That's what in war. There's certain things that's off limits.
Like a green zone or whatever. Yeah.
And they don't give a damn. And what is the world doing? Justifying it. So man, I don't have no problem telling you devils to your face you're going down, and I love it. I feel good about the message of the scripture, man. Right. You're going down. Yes, vengeance is coming unto you through the Spirit of the Lord, man. Right. Just like y'all are congratulating those rats for getting their lick back, well, we're gonna get our lick back through the Lord. Yeah, the Lord blessed you with the sword. We can't come up against you with guns, and you'll win that battle.
Right.
We're beating you in a spiritual battle. That's where you devils can't touch us at. Right. We're the children of the Lord. So Isaiah 31 and 3. Go ahead.
It says, verse 13, but he that shall endure until the end.
All of these things that he mentioned, being in prison, all of this hatred, wickedness going on, he that endured to the end, go ahead.
The same shall be saved.
Then you're going to be saved. Now we know according to predestination, the elect are already written, it's already written, but it has to play out. And we just read the necessary things we're going to have to go through and witness and be a part of and endure to get to the point where we're saved. All right?
Check this out. Because that word enduring it and what he read is G5278. In the Greek hypomeno, it says to persevere under misfortunes and trials, to hold fast to one's faith in Hamashiach.
There you go. And these are the times, man. That's why these messages keep going out. Because the Lord wants this instilled in the mind of the church.
Got to, bro.
See, this book was looked at as some fairy tale book, soft. No, this is a hardcore, manly book, man. And you so-called white people are not the authors of it. Our people, the prophets, so-called black men, Israelites, wrote this book. Through the spirit of the supreme intellect, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, men were moved to ultimately write things that will preserve, and we believe it through faith. And then people will be like, man, that man wrote that book. What book did the man write?
That's nigga Dr. Seuss wrote books. That's a man.
But who inspired these men?
You know?
They write these things down.
Right. Yeah. Every age, the way we know about the flood, the way you know about Egypt, the way you know about any history is through what the people who were in that environment wrote.
That's it.
The festivals, the feast.
So the logic of man has gotten too far left, man.
That shit whack.
See? Esther, there you go. That was written. That was our history while we were in the Persian captivity. Wasn't it the Persian?
Yep.
Yep. Esther, yeah. And she, just like she had us, Esther was her slave name. Her Hebrew name was Hadassah.
Yep.
Just like we have slave names and Hebrew names.
That's right.
So we read those things, this is our people. We're basically going through the same things in our time. And the Lord had favor on the Jews in the story of Esther, right? Through Mordecai not bowing to Haman. Now it's your turn. Don't bow to Haman. And when you don't bow to Haman, he gets mad.
Kill your daughter, your wife, your
dog.
Hey, get that. It said Esther, hey, that's the spirit he brought that up. Huh? What's up?
What's the difference between a Jewel and a Jewish?
Jewel?
Yes.
See, well, you have Judah. Judah, all right, according to the Bible, you have
precious Jewel.
Right. So Jewel, I don't know what you mean Jewel. A jewel is like you mean like a diamond or
precious, like
pearl?
precious metal.
Okay, so this is the real breakdown of it. According to the scriptures, you have 12 tribes, right? One of them, the fourth son of Jacob, was Judah. That's really where you get the term Jew. It stems from there. Now, within the Babylonian captivity, you had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. They started to be known as the Jews, as a mocking term. But those are the true biblical Israelites. The people who call themselves Jewish ultimately are a group of Edomites who put their name on themselves through what is called a Balfour Declaration and ultimately left-hand means. Those aren't the true children of the Most High.
I know.
Jewish. Ish means pertaining to. Counterfeit. It's ish. There's Jew and then it. And on down the line, even in the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, what were they known as? The Jews. But it was described as Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. But the Ish people, the ones who were ultimately in that land saying that they're there by divine, the Lord placed them there, that's not true.
That's false.
Okay,
false
because when the true Israelites return to that land, it's not going to just be the Jews. It's going to be all 12 tribes, and it's going to be through a miraculous means. It's not going to be through a Balfour Declaration, which ultimately the British set that up. Okay, the state of Israel is nothing but an spin of colonialism. It's nothing but the British wanted to make a state for their people in that land. And ultimately the Rothschilds own it. That's why you have the Balfour Declaration in 1948, which they had been moving to that land since 1917. But in 1948, they declared Israel the state of Israel. Now, where in the Bible is it described that there's going to be a state of Israel? No, the next time that the true Israelites get to that land, it's going to establish what is called the throne of David, the tabernacle of David, which is a righteous government. They're not going to go over there and get that land by secular means. Right now, they have a parliament. They have a prime minister. They're monetary. There's not anything biblical going on over there.
In Jeremiah the 16th chapter,
right,
when it talks about us being delivered out of the North Country and taken back to our land,
Right.
it's supposed to outdo what happened with the deliverance from Egypt.
Right.
The Belfort, during that time, that didn't outdo what happened with Moses.
And there was a war that night.
Yeah.
The night you declared the state of Israel, Egypt bombed it.
Ain't gonna be no sign in
man,
papers
son.
of catching flights. Like, nah, man.
So when the true Jews return to that land, it's going to be all 12 tribes. Okay? And it's not going to be no Muslim Islamic temple there. You're not going to see Pink City. You're not going to have any war.
Edomites converted to Judaism, and that's what the Jewish came about way after Jews. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a whole lot of stuff happened before that ish was added to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So yeah, that's the difference. You have Judah, which the Hebrew way of saying it is Yahweh, which proves the name of the Most High. Yahweh, which is Da is short of praise, praise Yahweh. So his name is in the name of Judah, which ultimately that's the lineage that our Messiah came from through Judah's son, Perez. Okay? So it's very important that we know this history. Because all of these things that are going on to the news and trying to push, come on, move us, nigga, you lying. Go ahead.
This is Esther chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, And Haman said unto King Ahasuerus, There is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of thy kingdom.
Right.
And their laws are diverse from all people, neither keep they the king's laws.
Right.
Therefore it is not for the king's profit to suffer them.
Right.
If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed. And I will pay 10,000 talents of silver.
Right. This was what Haman wanted to do at the time of Esther. It was like, did it get to the point where he got mad when he didn't bow? He was wroth. Haman was wroth.
Oh, at the top.
Yep.
So like,
read it.
this is Esther chapter 3 and verse, I'm gonna start at verse 3.
And see, Haman is an Edomite. See, when you get down to the nitty gritty, the people who are in that land right now, talking about they're the chosen people, they're really Edomites, which Esau was Jacob's brother, and he's mad because of that blessing. So ultimately what they're doing by getting that land is ultimately they're trying to get their blessing back. That's the chosen, seed. But they were blessed. All nations were blessed. The Lord did give them a blessing, but it's not the blessing of the chosen. They were blessed to have the fatness of America. This whole thing, the NATO, the EU, this is their blessing. Their technology. The reason they're on top is because ultimately it was prophesied. But there's another side to this story.
The blessing is temporary.
Temporary. Go ahead.
Esther 3 and 1. After these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman.
Right. They bowed and reverenced Haman. That's what this world is doing. They're bowing and reverencing Haman now. Here it is. Nobody gives a damn about the Bible, right? People don't care about the Bible, right? No. But then when something goes wrong with the people who call themselves the Ish, everybody all of a sudden, those are God's people. Anti-Semitic. Wait a minute. You don't care about the Bible. You don't even believe in the Bible.
And based on what? How do you know that? You're just going by, just repeat shit that you just heard.
Yeah, Vlad TV. This dude, he's a small hat, right? But he's an atheist.
Right, yeah, that
the Jews are a people that stem from what the Lord created according to the Bible. You boast from being a Jew, but at the same time, you don't acknowledge the Bible. This is the hypocrisy we're living amongst.
You have none of the Father's attributes.
Yeah, not of anti-sin, but the God of sin is blasphemed every day. Nobody give a damn.
No righteousness.
No righteousness. They don't give a damn about the Lord. But when it comes, see, that's how you know it's really about white supremacy, Edomite supremacy. That's what this is really about.
Right.
And that's what the state of Israel, it was founded upon the principles of Edomite supremacy by the British. The British had to establish that, not Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, go ahead.
Esther 3 and 2, and all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence.
Right, Mordecai bowed not.
He had no respect for him.
Nor did him reverence, man. And that's the mindset we got.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says, verse 3, then the king's servants, which were in the king's gate, said unto Mordecai, why transgressest thou the king's commandment?
Why are you transgressing? That's how the coons will go talk to us. That's how people are gonna look at us.
Right.
Why you ain't bowing? Why you speaking against the jab? Why you doing this, bro? You tripping. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4, now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matters would stand, for he had told them that he was a Jew.
Oh, once he found out that this was the Jew, Haman. Now Haman is an Amalekite. That goes back to the war between the king Agag, the Edomite, the Amalekite, and Saul, in which the Lord commanded Saul to put all of them to death, and he didn't do it.
Right.
So the Lord raised up Samuel. Samuel did it, right?
Yep.
Samuel ultimately was in the spirit and hewed him to pieces.
And just cut him up.
So this is one of the descendants of the Amalekites.
Yep.
He know the history. He know this is those damn Jews.
Yep.
Okay.
They killed my father.
They killed my forefather. I remember them, you know? So he in the position like, I don't get this thing. That's how the elites are looking at you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, raising up all around the earth.
Right.
They know who you are.
Yep.
So what are they saying? Okay, we got them in a position where we can poison them, destroy them.
Yep.
Now they seeing your ass not bowing to them? Because Isaiah 10 too. Isaiah 10 and 20. Oh, you gonna get it?
I can
Okay. Yeah, get that.
God, this is Isaiah.
No.
Oh, finish back on this. All right, this is back in Esther chapter 3 and verse 5. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath.
Full of wrath. He was
H-O-T.
mad.
He was mad.
Mad.
He was H-A-W-T.
It went back to the womb between Jacob and Esau.
Yeah.
He had vengeance in his heart.
He had vengeance because he was like, you dirty nigga. How you not gonna bow to me?
Right.
I'm Haman.
Probably the smoke coming
Right.
out his ears.
Right.
and shit.
So read Isaiah 10 and 20.
This is Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stand upon him that smote them.
So we're no longer gonna stand on him that smote us. This devil. Okay? And he is the devil, man. Point blank period, man. And all devil means is deceiver. Has he not lied?
For real.
The scriptures call him the children of Satan. He came to do the bidding of Satan. Anyone who would pollute the air, the water, the food, molest children, that's the devil.
The father of lies, that's the devil.
Man.
And yeah, you got
That's the
black devils too. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, yeah.
Our people are a bunch of devils. You got a bunch of our people who are devils. But who is the devil?
Right.
Like,
right.
okay, like we always say, niggas stand on street corners and sell drugs. He got CVS right there.
That's right.
That ain't nothing but a trap house.
That's all it is.
That's the real trap house.
That's why I'm trying to become a Wall Street trap.
In,
Nah, fuck it.
South Central America.
And psych meds are responsible for millions of deaths annually, and not once has that been declared a pandemic.
Right.
I was saying, even with the food, it's drugs. You know what I'm saying? And not only do they got the pharmacy in CVS, the lotion, the deodorant, the soda pops, and all of everything in there is dope.
Everything.
Everything in there is dope.
That's why you have the Food and Drug Administration, because food is drugs and drugs is food. If you're a drug addict and you have drugs, you don't need food.
Right.
And vice versa.
That's why we need destruction.
They lie about the ingredients.
It's too far gone. They'll put some ingredients. They'll say organic, but what is organic to the devil?
And why you gotta put
But like, why you
organic
gotta put it on there, though?
Everything's
Yeah.
supposed to be organic.
Right.
Supposed to come from the ground, from the earth,
Yeah, this
trees.
100% beef and all that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You lying,
But
nigga.
I'm gonna read this again, Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth.
Right. So we're no longer going to trust the devil. And when he sees you don't trust him and you no longer believe in him and you looking at him with a side eye,
He get mad.
he get mad.
Great. Yep.
He got a God complex. He wants you to worship him. He's used to you bowing to him. That's why when he had us in hardcore slavery, he went so hard because he got a hard on of seeing buck breaking us. He would rape men in front, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In front of their wife, rape your wife in front of you. A man who had a mindset of rebellion, he'd get him in front of all of the community and have the children, sorry, the
Everyone,
daughters,
everybody.
the wives, Big Mama, watching him get popped by a bunch of Edomites. They just run a train on in front of everybody and they just walk off.
To add into the insult, that's where the term motherfucker come from.
Right. They make the
come on,
mother
man.
and the son have sex. So
Yeah, bro.
after that, you walk back into the congregation.
Shit is retarded, man.
Man, your whole
What
you
can
just
you do?
you completely broke it, man.
Die at that point.
Man. So they always like to try to break our people, man. Just when we was going back to the Kyrie Irving situations, they like to try to publicly humiliate you and just break you. If you're a strong man coming in confidence, they don't like to see that, man.
Nope.
These devils don't like to see that, man.
Right. They don't like the Mordecai spirits.
Yeah.
Nah.
You know? They want you to be acting like TD Jakes and
Yeah.
You said don't come like that.
yeah.
Stand firm.
Right.
That's why they hated, remember the boxer Jack Johnson? They really hated him too. Because he, you know,
yeah, gold teeth,
white women
white women.
running around speeding, you know, back then.
Yeah. It was chilling. But they needed it.
Yeah.
It's like because they need our energy to make this thing flow, but at the same time they hate us.
Right.
We got to get away from this, man. We ain't made to mix and mingle amongst Edomites like that.
Right.
Nah.
You got to be order set.
What they say, toxic relationship.
Right. It's toxic because you got to think when you look at niggas the coons who get amongst Esau, like they start laughing louder.
Yeah.
They put on that stupid, ugly Christmas sweater. The black woman, how you doing?
Yeah,
they
yeah.
get all
Shit
extra
really
nice.
makes me sick.
It's a very uncomfortable relationship. It goes back to the womb.
Yep.
But Jake don't know how to handle it. See, we know how to handle it. But Jake totally bows to this man.
They do.
They feel like subconsciously they have to, and it's just, you can see the struggle.
He don't be worried about you at all.
It don't even be funny.
You done put on a show. Yeah, you done
And
put on a
Esau
show.
forces you to laugh at his jokes. He start touching you.
He tried nudging you like, bro.
No, it's not.
I didn't find it funny, bro.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen? The Lord's gonna break the staff of this place and force his people to lean upon him, man. He's gonna force you.
Yep, go ahead.
Sirach 12 and 10.
People talk about the Bible as a weak book.
Man,
It's
book
not,
blood, man.
You gotta understand, when the slave master had the Bible, he took out 70% of it. Look up what's called the slave Bible. They took out.
What they call
They
it?
took out
the
Mordecai.
the Bible
They took
destruction
out
group.
Moses.
Yep,
Daniel, stories that would lead you to rebel.
Yeah,
And they fed you particular scriptures that they can manipulate. That's why we call all of these churches the result of plantation Christianity. They're teaching that plantation Christianity, slave Bible nonsense. We're going into the volume of the book. They're taking away. All right, brother.
Man.
You're supposed to just love your enemy no matter how harsh he treats you. You're supposed to keep loving him and shit.
Right. Love would hate you.
Yo.
Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Right. Never trust your enemy. This is what the Bible told us. Never trust your enemy. Like as iron rusted, look at these niggas. So is his wickedness. Go ahead.
It says, verse 11, though he humble himself
Right.
and go crouching.
Like Biden. You really think Joe Biden gives a damn when he gets on those the podium, and every president, they get on those podiums and they start talking. They're doing the bidding of the elite. They are paid actors, man.
Not gonna fucking
Don't
beat
trust
you.
that nigga, man.
And if they get out of pocket, they out of there too. You know what I'm saying? They get got all the time too. Every time you look up, somebody come up missing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And look at all the Jake who's historically made it, so-called. They all lost. Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye, all of them niggas lost.
Man, hard.
R.
Red
Kelly,
Fox died,
Red
broke,
Fox,
all that shit.
All of them lost. Now it's Floyd Mayweather's turn.
Oh yeah.
It ain't gonna go good for that guy.
Nah.
As much as we love him as a boxer,
He don't box no more.
he still box. You know, exhibition. Which people be like, he should stop. No, I would do the same thing.
Hell
I
yeah.
get $1 million some dollars just playing around and
$100
touring with
billions.
Ammonite. I'm gonna go to Japan, make me $4-5 million. Why not?
Spar basically.
Right. We live in a world where we need money, but how he's acting about those small hats, sending them aid and money, it ain't gonna go well for you.
Trying to keep
Because
that.
really, you should have sent the prophets money.
Yup. Right.
He know it.
Go ahead.
Man.
He know about Israel.
Oh, yeah.
It says, though he humble himself, Sirach 12 and 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him,
Right.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass.
Right. You got to constantly be looking at this devil, man. What he doing? That's why we do the videos. Okay? That's why we go into the news, the prophecy. That's why we always look at this nigga. Watch him.
And I watch.
Right.
It says, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away.
Right.
Hey, because
Go.
Now,
Now I was gonna mention because that had me thinking about all these cats linking up with vocab, like he's the devil. They're
Right.
sitting down with him thinking it's cool, man. That's gonna backfire. He's gonna throw all you niggas under the bus. He's gonna call y'all terrorists. All right, y'all sitting there smiling with him, man. That is the damn devil, and y'all and the horns gonna show, man.
It's Haman.
Yeah, ain't nothing good gonna come from that.
It's like of all things you can be mad about right now. I get it. You may have been a part of a camp before and you mad. Okay, put it in the Lord's hands. At this point, we're at the end. You gonna go vent to the devil? Set up your own goddamn page. You don't be knowing where these dudes come from, but they find their way to Vocab Malone page to come up against the truth. Like what type of that is a weak. That is the worst thing you can do is sell out, man. Somebody get Psalms 15. Go ahead.
If you're gonna sell out for something,
get that Psalm 15.
if you're gonna sell out for anything, you need to sell out for the Lord, man. The Lord is on the one that's promising you eternal life. You know what I'm saying? And deliverance.
Right.
Everybody else knows that every other thing that's been promised to you is gonna get you smoked.
Right. Yep. Psalms 15, and we start at 1.
Yo, I got you. Psalms 15 and 1. It says, the Psalm of David, Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle?
Who's going to abide in the tabernacle? Well, the tabernacle of God is going to be with men, pursuant to Revelation, the 21st chapter. That's the spiritual temple that's being prepared. The elect of the nation of Israel, the governing body, man. Who's going to abide in that? Not a bunch of weak, effeminate, all right, turncoats, man. Niggas going to Vocab Malone. Now, okay, the dudes who debate him in the scriptures, we like that stupid, but at least you going against the nigga. But to go on his platform and see, and they did this, and they did that, they mean. I was in even what that nigga say on what's that OG Bobby Johnson?
Oh,
They got your boy.
He got your boy still a car stereo. Money, Ray. He going on Vocab Malone, Ray. Nigga, you are a sellout, man.
Yo, he acting like an informant or something for Vocab. It's some weird ass
What are you doing? To come against the very thing you were preaching and talking, and now all of a sudden you're going to go to Vocab to... No, that is the worst thing.
That barking
a nigga
he
can
did
do.
too,
All
bro.
of that barking. And it's not just Jephthah or Yessa, Bishop Yessa. You got another dude, people who left comfy. Now here it is, your ass followed a man who said that he was the God-sent comforter. You followed that nigga for years, then he died and it don't work out. Now you go to Vocab Malone, nigga, you need to be repentant. Man. Shut your ass, you ain't got nothing to say. Go do the work. You followed a nigga with a wave cap, pop locking in the club, all type of shit, calling himself the God-sent comforter with his face on the side of a bus. Nigga die of COVID. Now all of a sudden, the followers are taking turns going on Vocab Malone. No, nigga, you need to be the last nigga talking.
Man, I'm saying you don't get to say nothing.
If anything, you should be on video just prophesying. Hoping you get forgiven, man.
That was a high power.
Go ahead, start over.
Psalms 15 and 1, it says, Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill?
Woo! Who's gonna dwell in that holy hill, man? Go ahead.
He that walketh uprightly
He that walketh uprightly.
Yep.
See that? Go ahead.
and worketh righteousness
And work righteousness. Go ahead.
and speaketh the truth in his heart.
And speaketh the truth, standing for the truth. Nigga go to Vocab Malone to say John the Baptist wasn't Elijah. What are you doing? You could have said that on your own platform.
You could have said it years ago.
I'm telling you.
Right, you could have said that years ago. Bro, we were thirsty when we came into this truth.
Like he just had an epiphany now.
Yeah.
Bro, I happened to be a part of that first batch, 2007. What year you came in?
2008.
What year you came in? Same, around the same. What year you came in?
2010, yeah.
What year you came in? Right. So you gotta think, we were thirsty. Every brother who woke up, we needed teachers. We needed living waters, and you were nowhere to be found. Now you hop your ass out the tree. Nah, it don't work like that, bro. No.
Somebody pull
With a
that
kufi
let no
on
man
and
despise our youth.
Yep. And where was we at? Little thing didn't work out. Now all of a sudden, I'm gonna help the white man destroy Israel, destroy the Great Awakening. West, they was wicked. Our elders told us they was wicked too. Wickedness was going on. At what point in Israel was not wickedness going on, and the Lord separated the righteous from the wicked? Tell me at what point in Israel? That ain't nothing new.
You always go into it. It was always a remnant. In every captivity, in every generation, it was a remnant. You see?
Yep.
You got guys that been gone longer than we've been here.
Yeah.
But guess what happened while you were asleep? The Lord woke up another crop.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's just what happened. Yeah. It's 1 Corinthians 16 and 11.
What, that one? First Corinthians, 1 Timothy? 1 Timothy 4 and 12, right?
I got 12 or something like that.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Timothy.
Now, this is 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 12. Let no man despise thy youth.
That's what I'm saying, man. So that's why we not swayed by these guys popping up out of the woodwork. You know what I'm saying? We were already told through the Spirit that this was gonna happen at a certain point in time, and we seeing it.
Yep.
You see? So a dude that went, well, I go back to this and I go back to that. Okay, well, you went back to the couch too. You see?
True.
So now you can't tell. That's what I'm saying. Our apostles and elders, it say give double honor to those that labored. You see? So it's too many precepts, and we've been given the understanding of these precepts. Like I said earlier, these precepts mean everything to us.
Man.
You put the precepts behind you so you can go do whatever it was that you was doing, and now all of a sudden, our understanding is jacked up. No, that's not it. You see? Keep reading.
Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word and conversation, in charity, and spirit, and faith, and purity.
That's what I'm saying, man. So you made a vow to feed Yahweh Shai's sheep, right? Then you broke that vow. You see? And that's what I'm saying. How you gonna leave somebody for dead and then get mad because they didn't die? That's what you niggas is doing.
Pretty much.
You know?
That's exactly
That's what you're doing. You turned your back on the plow. All the things that the Lord said don't do, you did it. Now you want to show up with an attitude. Go ahead, bro.
Fine. That's a lot. I'll get something else. This is back in Psalms 15 and 3. I'll read that again. It says, he that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor, in whose eyes a vile person is contemned.
See, a vile person is supposed to be contemned in your eyes. You gonna go sit on this couch and cry? I respect you more if you set up your own channel and did it. You gonna go to vocab Malone?
Right to the
So you guys are complete sellouts, man.
You're a turncoat, man.
There you go.
Yep, traitors.
And the scriptures warned us about your kind.
That's the worst type to go completely to the other side too. You can't respect. Now we just have more respect. You can just went your own way and just set up your own flag and just preach whatever you preach, man. And that's the thing. To go to the fucking enemy, man.
Bro, after they go on vocab, you don't see them no more. They go to vocab, they talk that mess, and then they gone again.
They go to
you know what I'm saying?
And we know you don't agree with everything no damn vocab Malone spew out of his mouth, man.
Keep going. Just a little bit more.
Psalms 15 and 4, in whose eyes a vile person is contemned, but he honoreth them that fear the Lord.
Woo! Not come up against him, trying to destroy him. Go ahead.
He that sweareth to his own hurt and change not.
That change not, man. See, that's who goes well in the holy hill of Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
He that putteth not out his money to usury.
Right. He that don't take a bribe.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Nor taketh reward against the innocent.
Right, and that's what a lot of these guys are doing, is taking a reward against the innocent.
Yep.
So you not go dwell in the holy hill. When you come back in the kingdom, you're just gonna be another Israelite. which that's going to be a blessing, but you're not going to sit at that seat of authority.
This is Ezekiel chapter 34 and 1. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto the shepherds, Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? And going into what the elders were speaking about, man. You got guys that's been doing disappearing acts and coming back. They were feeding themselves, doing whatever they wanted to do, but they should have been feeding the flock, man. The Lord sees that, right? As we're going to go into the chapter, the Lord is going to bring judgment upon them, man. It says, Ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock.
You see that? That's what's going on now. You know? That's what's going on now. They not feeding the flock on purpose.
Starving them out, just starving them.
But you know, with that, you know that part about eating the fat, Jake, you know the meat closest to the fat, the Lord required that as a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? It helps, first of all, it helps the fragrance go up, it helps it burn. But Jake wanted that, you know, that part that's closest to the fat. These niggas eating the fat. they're eating the fat and just living on the high horse. They're not, basically, they're sacrifice. They're like, nah, they're not sacrificing. They're not making the money for the sacrifice, man.
Right.
What the Lord requires, they're not willing to give it up for their own pleasure, man.
And they're doing all this with their fridges on.
Oh yeah, all of them got on fridges.
It says, The disease have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick.
Boom, the disease have you not strengthened. Here it is, we were diseased.
Right. Whole head is sick.
We were done. We saw the apostles on YouTube. All right, and again, you had the apostles out there, Bishop Nathaniel, when he was a little bit still in his right mind before he went completely left. You had Elder Rakab, GOCC, before he went left. He went completely left. Changed the chart, changed the name. All right, you had Zabak. We always say he was out there. We can't say that Priest Zabak wasn't. He was at least a figure, a face, somebody that we can look to. General Yohana was like the uncle who you always wanted to see, but he never came around.
Right.
So this is before we knew the difference between camps.
Yeah.
All right, but who was it out of all of those groups? And you had HODC 12, they were there a little bit like that. You had men who were visual for us to have some form of stability to come into the truth. Who was the main ones pushing the word?
I remember when Apostle Elder Tahar through the Spirit was like, it should be camps everywhere.
He cursed us out.
He cursed us out. You know what I'm saying? And next day, you know, camps start popping up. Right. You know what I'm saying?
No other teacher said y'all got to go out there too.
No.
First of all, Bishop Nathaniel was charging for the breakdown. He would give you 10 minutes of a lesson, and then I was there. And then he would cut it off and say, you got to hit up this website to get the rest. So people would come onto the comment boards and ask questions. You know, I don't got no money, yada, yada, yada. Which I will say this. I hit up that website once back then when I didn't, you know, when I was listening to Nate. And directly, he was like, well, I was like, I don't got no money. Can you send me the DVD? And he did send it to me. But they were charging for the word. They were charging for the breakdown. The apostles came on in. Once they came into that thing, it was living water. And once we learned enough, they said, you got to do it too. And once the brothers start going out these camps, that's where all of the camps start being raised up throughout the four corners of the earth. Yep, because you got to think, street preaching was in New York, Philly. Wasn't nobody in Texas. You may have had a branch of Israelites here, but wasn't nobody out doing what we doing. But now look.
We thought we was going to have to move to New York. Yeah, we was going to try to move to New York because that wasn't the thing down here.
Right, so y'all left us for dead.
And
to be honest,
we didn't die.
And mad because we didn't die. Then you go pop up, they was going into the Kabbalah. Nigga, don't you think that would have been, you know, good to know in 2007?
That's what I'm saying, man. My goodness.
But we know, ultimately, even in the Lord, they were probably reading all kind of stuff. The truth had to come from somewhere. It had its starting point. Even the baptism of John, it was. But look, it grew. It grew to what? Yahweh Shai's baptism.
That's right.
which is ultimately through the Spirit. So yeah, we understand back then things may have happened, our apostles told us. But so did it happen in the temple. Did not the temple get corrupted and the Lord used John the Baptist to ultimately go into the wilderness and start a ministry? Well, the same thing happened here. But, read that again, the diseased, go ahead.
Ezekiel 34:4, the diseased have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick.
There you go. Even with those books, our apostles and them went into those books early on to tell us, to be able to tell us, no.
Nah, that ain't it.
That ain't it.
Yep.
But we've never been taught on no damn Kabbalah, man.
Nah.
Kabbalah?
That's what I'm saying. Y'all coming out of the woodwork to freaking rabbits.
Tripping. You left us for dead, man. Go ahead.
Neither have ye bound up that which was broken.
Woo.
Neither have ye brought again that which was driven away.
Right, we were driven away. So through the doctrine, through the word going out, the sheep have been brought back. Now all of a sudden you want to pop up and say, nah, it ain't. Nah, man, the Lord is already doing what he's doing. The new song is being sung, man.
We at the end, man.
We at the end. Now we got to learn a new name. We got to come up under a new leader who we don't know who he is, what he been into. Now he tell us we gonna go to hell. Nah.
Don't know what he been into.
Right, nah, bro, you know what?
Yeah.
We don't know who the tribes are now. It's just a lot of confusion, bro.
You gonna get who you gonna get with that? No. The scriptures say, the very elect not gonna fall for those things, man. And that's what we striving to be. You know what I'm saying? You ain't coming with nothing strong enough to deter our faith at this point. You know what I'm saying? I would say you coming back mangling the scriptures.
Right. You know? And then the white man ain't the devil no more. Go ahead.
It says, neither have ye sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have ye ruled them, and they were scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered.
Man, I'm talking about just out there, man. No covering, no protection,
Jabbed
because of what you got going. Because of what you got going. You told the Lord, yeah, I feed your sheep. But then so like the hireling. Oh, no, I ain't signing up for all that. No, that's what I'm saying. They scattering all over the place. Now they be hungry all the time. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Yeah, you gotta do this and you gotta do that.
Right. The shepherd, let's say your sheep is on the other side of the freeway. It's just a bunch of traffic, bunch of freeway traffic. The shepherd will find a way, you know, the time to get over there and get it, put it on his shoulder, and run back across. A hireling is like, you know what? Just give me my money for what I did thus far. I'm not going over there.
Yeah.
That's what you guys have done.
That's right.
The good shepherd going and get the sheep.
Yep.
You know?
It says, my sheep wander through all the mountains, and upon every hill, and upon every high hill, yea, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. Verse 7, therefore ye shepherds hear the word of the Lord. So this is the Lord going into the judgment upon these different shepherds that have done that. It says, as I live, said the Lord power, surely because my flock became a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock.
They fed themselves. They fed their egos. They got rich on a high horse. You know? Which if somebody is giving money to the ministry, there's nothing wrong with that. But these dudes got their cash apps everywhere. They get paid. Man. And they're making merchandise of the ministry. See, sitting on to where they're like, they make guest appearances.
Yeah.
They don't go out on the highways anymore. And they get paid to go to these different churches. Bro, the Lord spoke against that. He said, ultimately, we are here to serve, man.
Buy the truth, sell it not.
Right, buy the truth and sell it not. The mentality of any leader should be servitude.
Right.
If you, when you come into the truth, you got to learn how to serve before you get the kingdom. Even the leaders got to be on the front line along with the rest of the sheep. He ain't just I'll go out next week. I go out and come, I'll just go out once a week. My knee, I'm getting old. Nah.
Yeah, I was saying when you think about all the great military men, They fought with their soldiers. That's why their soldiers had so much respect for them.
Right.
Because they wasn't asking the soldiers to do nothing that they wouldn't do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And then you got these guys that's making merchandise about, bro, Yahushua got so mad when they was making merchandise. Bro, they was selling animals to sacrifice at the Passover.
Right.
He got so mad. He just started whooping dudes.
Whooping their ass.
You know what I'm saying? Now, you think about it. Let that sink in. Do you not think that they wanted their lick back for him messing their money up? It's the same thing today.
Yep.
You see?
We're boring. we're messing up the party. You know what I'm saying? That's how they looking at us.
He finna mess up your money now.
Our apostles and elders have been visual the whole time.
Right.
They've been right there with us
Still
the whole
visual.
time. Even came to visit us and all of that.
That's right.
Been straight up there with us.
The whole time.
Right. Guiding us. We needed leadership, man.
Yep. Hey, that's what Paul mentioned, man. He said, I didn't stop for 3 years to warn you, of these different men. Yeah, these grievous wolves, right? So that's the mentality our apostles have been in, man. They've been laboring and fighting and laying down their life, man.
Right, just a few verses. This is Psalms 92:12. It says, the righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the course of our power. Here's the point. They shall bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing.
Man,
So you still have to be fruitful in old age, man.
Yep.
You know?
Right. And I remember Alazar, he said to Apostle Tahar, he needs to retire.
Tired. Yeah.
Well, the priests, at that age, they retired from sacrificial duties, but they still acted as aides, advice, okay, and teachers to the younger priests coming in. Okay? And that's a great example. We have great examples. We have great leadership. They never linked us to Rome. They never took any bribes. We're in no shape, form, or fashion under any 501c3. We're known, but we're unknown. So we're in a great position, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, where a lot of you are out there bad.
Man.
But either way, we're all, as Israelites, getting ready to have to go through the straight gate. And the elect are going to survive. If you're not rooted, which a lot of your leaders ain't preparing you to be rooted, okay, they haven't given you a stance against the jab. So a lot of you are getting ready to be left out there as sheep with the wolves of this Roman.
Man. The wolves hungry.
And the shepherd, that's why it says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, thy rod and thy staff, it comforted the rod and the staff. Basically, the shepherd would have the rod and the staff, and if a wild beast came up trying to the sheep, he put his life on the line, and he would beat it off. And that's the truth. Right? That's the truth. That's how the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Shai. We know how to maneuver and operate through leadership, through men who have instilled a mindset in us, which acts as a light as we go through this darkness. Without that light,
You're gonna be dinner.
right. Dinner for a sinner. Go ahead.
This is 1 John 2:19. It says, they went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us. But they went out and they made Salakia. But they went out that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us. And that's talking about these pop-up guys, man. Guys that got kicked out, whatever the case may be. Those that weren't set up to complete their course, to endure to the end, man. To stand stiffly for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. They were with us for a time or whatever, but they weren't of us. They weren't of the elect of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You know?
The Bible say they hating stubble.
Parable of the
burnt
soul
wood,
goes
yep.
into those, all those different situations where a guy comes in and for whatever reason he's gone. You know? The Lord said that out of his own mouth.
Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
Somebody's going to do that. Somebody's going to stand in great boldness. You know what I'm saying? The Lord set it up that way. You know?
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
That's what I'm saying, man. When you read Ezekiel 37, it goes from dry bones to the kingdoms. But that ain't no overnight process. You know what I'm saying? It talks about how those people were gonna be in fear when they see us raise up. Just like right here. You know what I'm saying? Read that again, Baba Kashaw.
Right. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
Man, that's what I'm saying. The righteous man standing in great boldness is gonna bring on the rest of the prophecies.
Right.
You see, they seeing prophecy being fulfilled. That's what's shaking them up.
Right.
You know, we did everything in our power. We spent all this money, we did all this lying, we did all this killing, all this rape, robbery, and murder, and nothing worked. You know what I'm saying? That's just all. You done set us on fire. You emptied the clip in our back and all that shit. And then when you jump in the car to get ready to burn off, we in the passenger seat.
Like Jacob.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can't get away.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we have had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor.
You know what I'm saying? You about to look foolish. You see? We thought we had it. We thought they was tripping. You know, they was tripping. Now you seeing that wasn't the case.
Right.
You see that the Lord set up men that wasn't gonna bow the knee. You know?
Yep. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High in his lot among the saints?
You know what I'm saying? And think about that. How is he amongst? We seen him do this, we seen him do that. We tried this, we tried that.
Yep.
You know?
Even the scoffers, they're gonna be like, damn.
You know?
Because they got it, the Lord got a spirit on them to where they like, I hate these niggas. I'm gonna destroy, like they're going all out to destroy what's being built. So once it dawns on them, like, damn, they were right.
Too late.
This is gonna be their mindset.
Right.
How is he numbered among the children of the Most High and his lot among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined upon us. That's why you're not preaching. See, the Lord is going to bring the end into existence through a spoken word by particular vessels of the Lord who have what did we say earlier? A sanctified counsel?
Yeah. Counsel.
You know what I'm saying? That's how the end going to be spoken into existence. So here it is, you ain't spoken nothing. Then you want to pop up and try to take credit for the labor? Nah, man, get out of here. It don't work like that, bro. And and we don't mean it by no disrespect. We understand that that's an elder and these are older men, but the bottom line is, and the scriptures talks about old fools. Y'all going off.
All right. Where the hell were you, man?
Right.
Wrong is wrong. Right is right.
And Sirach says, wax old in thy work.
Right.
You know?
Because, certain of those men, like the one elder Kazak, he goes back. So there were things that he did bring to the table that we're benefiting from today. So the water Yahweh shine. But the bottom line is you fall under a particular category. You fell on thorns. You didn't continue in this thing. After year 2000, which they try to pin on Apostle Tahar, the whole school was teaching that. Okay? So after that, a lot of people left. Imagine back then, you know what I'm saying, the 90s was fun. So I could see, you know what I'm saying? They were like, but the apostles were the fruit. Through that, all of that confusion that kept going out. And they went out from 2000 to around 2007 with no fruit until we started looking and found it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shalom Shai. And once we saw it, and all of these men that were preaching the word, 2007 was the Great Awakening.
So I got that word for sanctified in Jeremiah 1.
Right.
It's a Kodash, right? To consecrate, sanctify, prepare, dedicate, be hallowed, be holy, be sanctified, be separate.
Right.
You see? So when dudes say they separated, okay, did you keep teaching once you separated from what offended you?
Said dedicated, you got to be dedicated.
You think our apostles and elders and bishops wasn't offended?
Right.
And what happened back then?
Right, and that fulfilled prophecy too, because it said the days are going to come where you're going to seek the Son of Man to be here, and he ain't going to come.
Yep.
Don't you know after Yahweh Shai went back to the right-hand side, a lot of people left the faith because they thought Rome was going to be taken down right there. They thought that was the end.
Yep.
The same thing happened in the year 2000.
Same thing.
But guess what? There was more work to be done. Because if the Lord came back in 2000,
right,
man, I would have had the Choco Taco. Remember them?
Man.
tripping.
Man.
Without man, I was still smoking weed.
Eating Taco Bell.
Man, eating Taco Bell,
Swine.
half-ass
like, I
pork.
was out of there, man.
Yeah, it's been done.
Man, just got to college.
Yep.
This much pussy exists?
Yeah. Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking about the Lord. I'm like, damn, you get some free? Oh, shit.
Shit,
Oh,
none of us
yeah.
was. Shit, we all was.
Ooh, you just raining. Wow. My mind wasn't on the Lord.
I got another one. This is 1 Timothy 5:17. It says, "Let the elders that rule well be accounted worthy of double honor."
Right, imagine going out 7 years straight, people ridicule y'all talk like the 2000 nigga, fuck y'all, you stupid nigga.
Wow.
7 years straight, nobody waking up, just doing the work, going out. The apostle Tahar telling them, look, man, the Lord gonna bless us, man. We gonna keep doing this. The other bishops, they, all right, come on. Apostle Tahar continues, man, the Lord gonna bless us, man. Let's keep going out there, man. Let's keep. And then the Lord put the spirit on the Apostle Tahar to say, let's put these videos, because they would just record. Yep. They would just have the tapes. He said, let's put them on the internet. And then the Lord had us. All right, my ass with my ex. Then the apostles came on, let's watch this. She went crazy, no? Boom. A week later, I just found myself addicted to it.
Yep.
Addicted to it.
That's it.
We never look back.
That's what I'm saying. The flock was fed.
Yep.
You know, the flock was fed.
Right. We were what? Well, we were water. We were thirsty. The Lord said, "I'm gonna get that." In Isaiah 44.
They literally prophesied to the wind.
They were prophesying, bro. Like just going out there. So you can say what you want.
For a minute.
7 years straight, you wouldn't have did it.
Yeah.
And that's completion.
So the
that was
90s, the Martin, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You early 2000s,
You was in the truth, in the camp, surrounded by brothers, and quit.
Right.
So let alone, of course you're gonna quit if ain't nobody looking.
Right.
But it is what it
No
is.
internet back then.
Yeah.
You know.
This is 1 Timothy 5:17. Let the elders that rule well be accounted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and in the doctrine.
And I was saying, they didn't have to tell us to do that. You know what I'm saying? Running across the scriptures, running through the scriptures, we saw that precept.
Right.
And was given the understanding. It was like, you know what? That's a commandment.
Right. And you got to think, all of you people watching the videos, you benefit from that labor. Whether you like us or not. The fact that Israel is out there the way it is, the Lord used the apostles and elders because we were there. So we ain't just making it up. We're like the eyewitnesses. You know,
Seen it.
You know, because there's only a few men left from that 2007 to 2010 era. A lot of men fell off, got offended or whatever, man. A lot of men, you know, but there's still certain men who were key pillars that the Lord used to continue and help the apostles, man. And now look. And that ain't no light thing. Doing what we doing, bro, they've been doing this all of those years.
Yep.
And still going. Never stop. So we say, call hello, y'all, shot to our leadership, man. Right. Okay? Get that in Isaiah, and then get John 10 or John 7 and 38. And we'll get a few more.
This is Isaiah 44:1. Yet now, hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen.
Right.
Thus said the Lord Yahweh, that made thee and formed thee from the womb.
Formed thee from the womb. You got to be an Israelite from the womb, which ultimately, going back to the spiritual realm, we were chosen from the foundation, but you got to be born on the earth, all right, on the seed of a man to be an Israelite. All right, go ahead.
Which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jeshurun, whom I have chosen.
Here it is. He's promised us he's going to help us. Knowing we was going to be in a dead state. Fear not. I got you. Go ahead.
It says, for I will pour water upon him that is thirsty.
I will pour water upon him that is thirsty. Were not we thirsty? Go ahead.
And floods upon the dry ground.
That's ultimately fulfilling what Ezekiel was commissioned to do. Okay, he's symbolic of the prophets going out, prophesying into these dry bones. John 7 and 38.
I got it. This is St. John 7 and 38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said,
Right.
out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water, man.
True.
And the men of the Lord. And you got other figures too who've been out there. You know? Although we disagree with them on certain, aspects of the doctrine, certain of these men we've constantly seen them.
Like Sabak is one
Yeah,
example.
read Sabak. You got to, although we don't agree with everything the man teach,
He out there though.
hey, you gotta get a man,
Yeah.
Hey.
So he never reached the point to where he was like, I don't gotta preach no more. I don't gotta go out on the highways and byways no more.
right.
You know, like others.
Right, like
You know?
others. At least, I ain't gonna I ain't never looked at his video and got a nice precept. At least he gave us something.
Right. Right.
He continued in wherever,
Right,
going,
right. But the Lord promised. Read that again.
John 7:38, it says, "He that believeth on me, as the scripture have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water."
So it will be constantly flowing, so that in the latter days the Lord said, I will pour my blessing upon thine offspring. Water. Water is the doctrine. Okay? And that's what we needed to cleanse us, to nourish us as we were in a spiritual drought. I will send you pastors according to mine heart, which will feed you with knowledge and wisdom and understanding. Thine eyes shall see thy teachers, though you have the bread of adversity. So there are particular vessels chosen to do that on earth, man. And that's not no light thing. That's not something we take light. Even if we're separated from this body, I will forever thank Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for setting up the apostles and elders so that I can have a foundation to go into, man. Come into through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Even if they have an evil eye towards me one day, whatever the Lord do, I hope he don't, but I'm gonna keep going, Lord willing. Because you gotta believe, like Mary J said, you gotta believe in this thing.
Right. It's through the spirit, you know what I'm saying, with us being born again, back in 07, 08, in the times that we came in, we've matured to the age to where we held accountable by the law.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We were babes that were brought up, you know what I'm saying, and tutored by our schoolmasters to the point to where we can get out there.
Right.
You know?
Right. You got certain men who they go through certain things where they don't see something they like in their leadership. That's gonna happen. You may get mad, you feel wrong. They say something that kind of, test your insides.
Right.
And they've never shook them back. They've been offended since, and that's the end of their story. They've just been mad. You've had niggas that have been mad since 2009.
Right.
Nigga, it's 2003. You
Right.
still mad?
Man, that's
The
crazy.
dude who was interviewing the dude Kazak. The
Yeah.
dude in the middle from Sakara. That nigga been mad since 2009, 10.
Man.
Damn, nigga.
It's like shit.
We done went through two
He
presidents.
love us one year, he hate us now. He didn't just go over. It's like, God, bro, how long you gonna be mad? The white man ain't the devil no more? Because I made you mad?
Right. It's still happening,
God
right?
damn, nigga, I'm sorry.
Man. Paul even said that. I got on you, not to make you feel sorry, but to make you repent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get God. I was saying, bro, we done all got God on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What child ain't never got no whooping? You know what I'm saying? The Lord chastised you because he chastised his sons, not bastards.
Right.
It's too many, that's what I'm saying, it's way too many precepts that y'all done either lost sight of or lost sight of some more. Like, come on now. And we've been given an understanding of these precepts to where you can't shake our faith with your bullshit.
Right.
It is what it is, man. Like I said, we believe these precepts. We believe in the Lord. You see?
See, we've been living lives. I mean, like believing in lies all our lives. So, hell, come on, man. Now the Bible being broken down the right way now is a problem.
Yep. Go ahead.
This is back in Isaiah 44 and 3. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring.
Right, the remnant of Israel receive a blessing through the Holy Spirit. You're partaking in that. And there's men set up on earth to forward that water. Right. To them that are thirsty. Go ahead.
And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses.
Popping up all over the place. Camps, Israelites. Go ahead.
One shall say, I am the Lord Yahweh's.
Right, that's the name they go turn back to. Go ahead.
And another shall call himself by the name of Jacob.
Right.
And another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord Yahweh, and surname himself by the name of Israel.
Boom. There you go. Enter into that agreement, like I'm going to be called by his name. All right. So This is happening through the Holy Spirit. They can't put their finger on. They're mad. They're trying to figure out why all these camps are raising up. We just read why. So through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, we hope y'all edify. We want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakodash.
Double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations, as always, to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.